The moment Maren stepped into the bright hotel garden where the blind date was arranged, she almost turned back. Sunlight poured over the white marble fountain, colorful flowers swayed in the warm breeze, and elegant guests laughed around outdoor tables. She had spent an hour choosing the only navy blue dress that still made her feel beautiful, yet every step felt heavy with years of cruel memories. Before sitting down, she lowered her eyes and whispered with a trembling smile that barely hid the pain she had carried for most of her life. She believed honesty was easier than hope. She quietly admitted that no one ever married a fat girl and that this meeting would probably end like every other one before it. Across the table, the man simply smiled, not with pity but with quiet confidence, and that single smile would begin changing both of their lives forever. Before we continue, if you believe kindness deserves a second chance and that every person deserves to be loved for who they truly are, please like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to Heartline Stories. Your support helps us bring more heartfelt stories to life. Maren Holloway was 31 years old and had learned to laugh before others could laugh at her. Since childhood she had been the biggest girl in every classroom. People rarely noticed her intelligence, her gentle heart, or the way she quietly helped everyone around her. Instead, they remembered only her size. School dances passed without invitations. College friendships often ended when someone used her as the funny friend standing beside prettier women. At work she became known as the dependable employee who solved impossible problems while others received promotions and compliments. Every birthday reminded her not of getting older but of another year spent wondering if anyone would ever see beyond the number on a scale. Her grandmother had always told her that beauty fades but kindness echoes forever. Those words became the only light Maren carried through difficult years. She volunteered at children's reading programs every Saturday morning, baked fresh bread for elderly neighbors, and quietly donated part of every paycheck to families in need. Yet every evening she returned to an apartment that felt painfully silent. Social media filled her screen with smiling couples, weddings, anniversaries, and growing families. She celebrated everyone else's happiness while secretly wondering whether she had somehow been forgotten by life itself. Her best friend secretly registered her for a professional matchmaking event, insisting that not everyone judged appearances first. Maren resisted for weeks before finally agreeing, mostly because she was tired of disappointing people who believed in her more than she believed in herself. She expected another polite rejection disguised as friendly conversation. She certainly did not expect to meet Rowan Mercer. Rowan arrived without bodyguards, expensive watches flashing for attention, or dramatic entrances. Although he was the founder and chief executive of a successful technology company, he preferred simple clothes, calm conversations, and genuine eye contact. Years earlier he had watched his own mother suffer endless criticism after illness caused dramatic weight gain. He remembered strangers staring at her in grocery stores and relatives offering cruel advice disguised as concern. Watching the strongest woman he knew slowly lose confidence had changed him forever. He promised himself that he would never judge another human being by appearance alone. As the afternoon continued beneath the clear blue sky, Rowan became fascinated by Maren's warmth. She spoke passionately about helping children discover books, about planting community gardens, and about believing everyone deserved one person who truly listened. She laughed at herself without bitterness and noticed every lonely person passing nearby. When an elderly waiter accidentally dropped a tray, Maren was the first to kneel beside him, helping gather broken pieces while reassuring him that accidents happen to everyone. Rowan watched quietly because actions always revealed more than words ever could. For the first time in many years, Maren forgot to be ashamed of herself. She laughed freely beneath the bright afternoon sun, sharing stories that she normally kept hidden. Rowan never interrupted her or tried to impress her with money or success. Instead, he asked thoughtful questions and listened as though every answer mattered. Hours slipped away unnoticed until the restaurant staff gently reminded them that the afternoon had become early evening. Their second meeting happened at a public botanical garden on another beautiful day. Instead of expensive gifts, Rowan brought packets of flower seeds because Maren had once mentioned that hope often grew from the smallest beginnings. Together they planted a tiny section in the community area, promising to return every month to watch the flowers bloom. People passing by probably saw an ordinary couple gardening together, but for Maren it was the first time she had ever felt completely accepted. News spread quickly after photographers recognized Rowan during another daytime charity event. Headlines appeared online questioning why a wealthy executive would date someone who looked like Maren. Anonymous comments were even crueler than the words she had heard in school hallways years earlier. Thousands mocked her appearance without knowing anything about her heart. Old wounds reopened overnight. She considered ending the relationship before Rowan's reputation suffered because of her. Instead of hiding, Rowan invited Maren to stand beside him during the opening of a new children's education center funded by his company. The event took place under clear afternoon skies with families, volunteers, teachers, and reporters gathered together. During his speech, Rowan spoke about a society that praised appearances while overlooking compassion, courage, loyalty, and generosity. He never mentioned the online insults directly, but everyone understood exactly what he meant. Then he looked toward Maren with quiet pride, making it clear without dramatic words that he refused to be embarrassed by the woman who had taught him even more about kindness. The applause that followed did not erase every cruel voice in the world, but it reminded countless people that goodness still existed. Messages poured in from strangers sharing similar experiences. Young girls wrote that they finally felt seen. Parents thanked Maren for becoming an example their children could admire. Women who had hidden from cameras for years began posting smiling photographs again. Maren realized that her greatest weakness had unexpectedly become someone else's source of strength. Months later, Rowan proposed not inside a luxurious ballroom but in the very community garden where they had planted tiny seeds together. By then the flowers stretched toward the warm afternoon sun in brilliant colors, quietly proving that beautiful things often begin where nobody expects them. There were no crowds, no grand performances, only two hearts choosing each other without conditions. Maren accepted through joyful tears, finally understanding that love had never been waiting for her to become someone different. It had been waiting for someone wise enough to recognize who she already was. If this story has touched your heart, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, leave a comment, and subscribe to Heartline Stories. Your kindness helps these messages reach people who may be losing hope today. Sparkling Heart Special Request, comment below with the words, "True love sees the heart." Your message may inspire someone who is struggling with self-worth today. On their wedding day, the brightest memory was not the elegant decorations or the beautiful photographs taken under the clear daylight sky. It was the peaceful smile on Maren's face as she walked forward without lowering her eyes for the first time in her life. She no longer believed the painful sentence she had once whispered before that blind date. Instead, she understood a truth far more powerful. The right person does not search for perfection. They recognize courage, compassion, and the quiet beauty that has been waiting inside someone all along. And sometimes, the greatest love story begins the very moment the world insists it never could.